Hello Patriots, Crazy Hawk 99 here. I want to do a hopefully short video to as an intro to a project that I'm going to be working on, and it'll be kind of like another project I did in the past where there'll be several parts of the video, but they'll all be kind of blended together for the final production. But for now, we'll go forward with this one, and it is going to be another 590 Shockwave project. You may recall over a year ago I did one of these, and that particular one, I won't go over all the specifics of that particular one, but one of the key features had this SB Tactical stabilizing brace on it. And because of the ATF's indecisiveness in their rulemaking, if you have that one now, it's a felony. So that was removed from that project a couple months ago. I don't want to dwell on this, but I'm going to give you a little short part of that. Right now, the stabilizing brace rule was published 31 January for almost all weapons that you may have it on. You got 120 days to remove it or come in compliance, and that date would be 31 May. These shotgun type weapons, the ATF actually label them firearms, and of course I guess they could change that anytime they want, that came with these bird head grips. When SB Tactical went to make this thing, ATF said, yep, go ahead, good to go, no problem. But now the ATF says, nope, not only that, but you can't have it on for the next 120 days. Actually, if you have it on now, you have a felony. So hopefully you've taken them off before 31 January, which we did. And then it's supposed to be permanently removed. And I'm going to consider that one permanently. I am going to consider that one permanently removed because I have absolutely no intention of putting it back on, but I will retain it for the future in the event, and only in the event, the courts overturn that. So if the ATF, if you're watching, I'm not retaining to put it on at my leisure, take it off, put it on. If the courts overrule that, I'll pull that back out of storage and we'll continue to use it. But until then, it will remain permanently removed. Now, so that was that project. This project obviously won't have a brace on it. But what we are going to do is we're going to put on these. So the shooting method with this is going to be primarily for this project is going to be like this, which I was hesitant, as you may recall in that first video, shooting it like that, particularly with full power shells, but I'm going to do it. And I'll tell you why in a little bit. So you're going to be aiming down the barrel. My other project had a pick rail on it and it had a red dot sight. I'm not, in the interest of weight and saving money, we're not going to put that on this one. But the sighting system on this is, as it comes from the factory, you're just aiming down the barrel and you're looking for this gold dot. And these gold dot type of sights have been on handguns and different rifles or whatever for hundreds of years, and they work. They are visible, particularly in lower, I'm not going to say low light, but lower light, dusk or whatever. But what they aren't good at is full sun, because the sun washes out the sight a bit and it's hard to get a defined point on it. So instead of that, we're going to remove that and put on an excess sights. They're big dot sight, if you're familiar with those. They make them for handguns and different rifles. They make them for shotguns, etc. And what it is a tritium, a high-vis day sight and a tritium night sight. And I'll see if I can get you to hold it up to the camera a little bit so you'll see what it looks like. It's called a big dot sight because it is kind of big. It's not a minute point like a lot, but it's high visibility. I'm pretty excited about putting that on there since that's going to be the primary sighting system. What else we're going to do? In place of this forearm racker, we're going to put on, where is it? The TL Racker, which we had on the other one. It's a Streamlight high aluminum light. In place of this, that'll come off and this will go on in its place. I'm going to put on the Crimson Trace Lasersaddle. The difference between this one and the other project, it also had a laser saddle, but that one was a green laser. This one's a red. Arguably, the green is significantly better than the red in that it is more visible for further ranges and in brighter light. But I went with the red because I'm trying to keep price down on this project as compared to the other one, and I got a pretty good deal on this one. What else we're going to put on? We're going to put a enhanced safety on, NDZ Performance. It's going to be the other project had one of their safeties as well, but this one's going to be shaped different. Instead of this oblong, it's going to be a little wider. we'll see how that works out. And what else? I'm looking at my table as a reminder. What we're going to do for enhanced grip on this bird head grip is I'm going to put on this adhesive, grippy rubberized grip tape that's cut such that when you wrap it around and adhere it to the grip, it doesn't wrinkle or anything. So it's pre-cut to a certain shape to allow that. I'm going to put that on. And a sidebar video I'm going to do is the original project, that grip, I'm going to put the same type of a grip tape on, but this one's going to be made by Talon. Talon is one of the industry standards, if not the standard, on grip tape. I've put them on handguns before. They're absolutely fantastic. Both of these will be the grippy rubberized type of texture. They also make a very aggressive texture. It's more like skateboard tape, if you're familiar with that. And in hindsight, I maybe could have went with that because grip is what I'm really looking for. But then again, up against your cheek, maybe this sandpaper isn't a good thing. So, but I'm going to do a comparison video, a sidebar video, when I get these installed on the two grips, and my thoughts on the two, because there is a bit of a price difference, not much, a few dollars from one to the other, and that might be important for some people. That'll be a sidebar video. But the biggest and I think most exciting thing I'm going to do this one, because of the way I'm going to shoot it, is I'm going to install this $35 piece of nylon web and looks like some type of woven 550 cord or similar. And what that does, using Velcro and this cord here, this attaches to the bird head grip, and then you adjust the strap to fit your hand perfectly. And when you're shooting, the recoil, not only you're no longer just relying on your hand grip strength, but that strap is around your hand, not your wrist, but your hand. So it also will help fight the weapon's tendency to push back, if you can imagine that. It's made by a company called Demonstrated Concepts, and if you go onto YouTube, you'll see they've got some videos on there. And I have confidence in it because I watched some of the videos, and it looks very effective to shoot it, not to improve both performance and comfort, and honestly, safety, because if you're not comfortable, you're not safe. I really think it's going to work well. Now, from the videos I did watch, it's not going to be an automatic improvement. There seems to be a pretty good learning curve to it, training learning curve to it. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And my goal is to shoot different power shells with and without the attachments, with and without the grip tape, with and without the grip strap. We'll shoot some shorty shells. We'll shoot some low power full-size shells or low recoil. We'll shoot some full power shells, and we'll maybe roll in some 3-inch Magnum shells. I've got a few boxes of it's birdshot, but it's still a Magnum shell. And to kind of compare and get an idea on how effective this system and the grip tape helps. I think it's going to be substantial, but we'll see. The modification that I thought about putting on this, but I decided against for two reasons, was a shell holder on the left side of the firearm. I've got my eye on one. It's all metal, high quality, name brand. There's cheaper ones on Amazon, but I didn't want to fiddle around with buying something cheaper and then basically wasting the money because it didn't work for me or whatever. But in the interest of cost and weight, I've elected to not put that on at this time. Now, when we say weight, keep in mind that weight can be your friend when you're talking about recoil as well. If you've ever shot a big bore handgun in a big bore caliber, like 44 Magnum, for example, in a full-size firearm, you know you've shot a gun. But if you've ever shot that in a smaller frame gun or a smaller gun, like with a 4-inch barrel or a stubby barrel, it's a whole different deal. I mean, so weight is really helps you out. So I think recoil-wise, that weight would help me in what I want to do here. but I also think I want to see how it goes without it, because I want to keep the weight down. Now, there's a convenience to having those there too if you need to do tactical reloads or whatever, but I don't think I'm at that level of operator just yet. So that's about all I've got. So what I'd ask of you is if you've got any ideas on what else you'd like to see on this project, drop them down in the comments. If you've got any ideas as far as the shooting part of the project goes, drop them down in the comments, and I'll see what I can do. I'll try to roll in as many ideas as I can, because that creates interest for y'all, and if you're interested, maybe you're watching the videos. On that note, this is a small time operation. I'm a fixed income, as many of you may know. So I don't have a lot of money. I've got more time than money, and even time, I don't feel like I have much. But I'm not interested in looking at Patreon and some of these other things that people fund their channel, because I don't put out enough product. And also, if I did do something like that, I would feel like I would have to give you a more polished product, and I'm not sure I have the patience for that. Case in point is this will be the third time I'm filming this today from start to finish. First time I didn't like the way I stumbled around, and the way I'm stumbling around now doesn't even compare to what I did in the first one. And the second one was completely out of focus, and I didn't know until I was done. So let's hope when I get done with this one, it's in focus. But hey, I appreciate y'all watching, and I really enjoy your comments, so drop them. And other than that, we'll see you on, throughout the remainder of the project and on the next video. Take care.